Hi guys, this is Adam with Uprise Real Estate Partners. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope y'all had a good weekend and a good start to this week so far. So what I wanted to do was, as you guys know, I love you, I miss you. And so during these times, sometimes it's just a little bit difficult, especially with how busy we are. And I know some people are been slow or work from home, but we've still been very busy. So it's hard for us to engage and talk to everyone, right? And so, but that's what I want, right? I want to talk to you guys. I want to, find out how you're doing. So even after this message, if you don't mind, you see this video, and if you have the time, feel free to send me an email back and just let me know how you and your family have been doing. How you guys have been, if you guys are safe, taking care of yourself. And also, even if things aren't going so well, right? Whether it be job, business, someone got sick, please let me know as well, because we definitely want to be there for you guys, support you guys, pray for you guys, and then provide any resources, that we can, connections that we can. So I want to keep this going every Monday. I want to do a weekly video, just to let you guys know not only like what's going on in the world, right? That's what CNN's good for, MSNBC, Fox News, BBC.com, all that stuff's good for. What's happening on a global event, national event, statewide. But, I want you guys to hear from us, like ground floor, how are all these other things that you're hearing affecting the markets, our local market, you, your neighbor, real estate, investing, things of that nature, right? So feel free, again, to engage with me, ask questions, here to help, here to support, things of that nature. So we'll keep it going. First thing I want to talk about is the opening up, right? So obviously Texas, as of May 1st, started the process of opening up. Some other nations like Georgia, Florida, other nations are already started the process of opening up, and other states haven't, right? And so, in some aspects, it can be good to start the process of opening up to provide some movement in our country, provide some movement in our economy. But just being real, we still need to be safe, right? And that's just my personal opinion, right? We still need to be safe. People still need to be safe. People still need to be cautious. People need to remember that just because the enemy ain't at your front door no more, because you can't see them out the window, doesn't mean they're not in the roof, in the backyard, or hiding in the bathroom, right? So we still have to protect ourselves and use wisdom, right? Use wisdom in the things that we do. And so again, we talked about before, some of you guys saw on our Facebook page, my wife and I, kind of giving support to people and saying, don't be tied down by a spirit of fear, right? But plan, stay calm, and be strategic, and use wisdom in the things that you do. So in my personal opinion, I hope I'm wrong, but my personal opinion, I don't see things going back exactly the way they were, right? I don't see that happening. Things are going to be forever changed. Like, this was a big trauma event. This was a big deal, right? So there's going to be definitely some things that change because of it. And so the biggest thing I think is, sorry, I got this gnat chasing me. The biggest thing I think is, sorry, I had to get out of there because that gnat was coming at me like crazy. Gnat trying to stop me from talking to you guys. So anyway, okay. So what I was saying was, I don't think things are going to go back to the way they were. I think things are going to be forever changed. Now, how much are they changed? That remains to be seen, right? But things are going to be changed. And so, to be honest with you, just loving you guys, I think the faster that we all understand that, then instead of being in denial, it allows us to keep our eyes open, make sure our minds are in a place of awareness so that we can adapt quicker, right? And we can then start thinking proactively and start thinking of solutions. Another thing I've been communicating to my team, to my clients, other people, is it's time to get stronger, right? So when we were shut down in quarantine, again, if you pay attention to our Facebook page, one of the reoccurring things I would say is it's time to get stronger mentally, spiritually, physically. It's time to get stronger physically for your immune system, physically, that you now have the time and no more excuses to start exercising, working out, eating healthier. Mentally, just receiving so much negative news on a daily basis, and making sure you're putting things in your head and also in your spirit that will benefit you during this pandemic, and even when we get through this pandemic, right? And so it's a time to get stronger, building relationships with your spouse, with your kids, with your family, things of that nature. And so, and then if you weren't working during this time because your job was considered non-essential, it's time to get stronger. You might want to start thinking to yourself, okay, how do I put myself in a position that if something like this happens again, or something similar to it, then my job is still essential, and I can continue to work and to continue to make income, right? So get stronger. And then third thing I want to mention is real estate and stocks, right? I mean, you hear so much news, stocks going up, stocks coming down, real estate, mortgage forbearance, people not paying rent, all these problems happening in both the stock market and real estate. And what I recommend to you guys is if you're in those spaces, get stronger in those spaces. What do I mean by that? I'm gonna tell you right now, in every single, when you look at history, in every single economic crash, just down the street, yes, new companies form. Yes, the new blue chip companies for the next 10, 20, 50 years, a lot of times are formed out of recessions, formed out of economic crashes. But what also happens is, while some people do lose money, so to speak, I'm gonna just keep it real. The wealthy, a lot of times, get wealthier. Again, the wealthy, a lot of times, get wealthier because connection to resources, right? They're able to see things ahead of time. They're able to make moves behind the scenes and put themselves in the position to not only try to mitigate loss, but then they're put in position to kind of come in and scoop up and get opportunity where everyone else is in fearful mode or is paralyzed by fear. They're able to come in, see opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity, and then when the economy comes back, when things come back up, they're able to take advantage of it. And so one thing I know, I'm already seeing it in both stocks and in real estate. I'm seeing that people the wealthy individuals in each space are either already doing things in the market to build their wealth even more, or they're preparing themselves, they're stacking cash, they're preparing themselves to build wealth over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, so on and so forth. That'll set them up for time to come, right? So if you're not in those spaces, if you're not in stocks, if you're not in real estate, don't necessarily worry about what I'm saying. If you have an interest in that, start exploring that. But this video specifically just want to communicate that if you're in those spaces, definitely pay attention to what's going on, strengthen your stuff a little bit more, strengthen your education a little bit more, and to understand where there's opportunities and where you can try to help yourself. Because it sucks, but the people that get hurt the most, in my opinion, during times like these are the lower class and the middle class. The lower class and the middle class. And if you think about it, and again, I may lose some of you guys, but in economic turmoil, the lower class and the middle class get hurt the most, but money doesn't disappear. Money goes somewhere. So it goes, let's say it goes to this void over here. Well, who comes and picks it back up? The people that are wise, the people that are in those spaces, the wealthy people, the people that are educated, and the people that have their eyes open to take advantage of opportunities. They're the ones that come and take the money that went to this void, right? And so highly recommend you guys do that. And so for those of you who do want to try to strengthen yourselves in stocks, in real estate, reach out to me. Have some great not only mentors, but great resources and connections we can introduce you to. Job loss. I think one of the reasons why I feel that we're going to be going into recession even after coronavirus is because, one, we don't have a vaccine today or tomorrow. So it's not completely done, right? People are still going to be nervous to go on planes, cruises, travel, all those different kind of things. So I think job loss, I think the ripple effects, I think the coronavirus was just a needle to the bubble. We knew a recession was coming. We were waiting for the recession. We knew it was going to come at some point, right? I think the coronavirus was just a needle to that bubble pop that made it pop, essentially. So I think you're going to start to see more job loss from companies that said, okay, even if the economy goes back, we can't come back 100%. We're going to come back at 25% or 50% or 75%. And during that time, we're getting less revenue, but we're going to keep our expenses the same. That doesn't make any sense. So they're going to let people go, right? And so we're already seeing reports of job loss. From J.Crew had job loss earlier today. I believe GE is about to cut some jobs as well. And so we're going to see the ripple effects of job loss. And business owners and CEOs and companies, unless they're like in the top 3 essential spaces, they're going to be a little slow to hire, right? And so I think that's going to have a ripple effect on our economy. it pushes further through into a recession. I think a change that's going to happen is office space. So office space, I think you're going to see all commercial office space take a hit. I think commercial office space is going to take a hit where companies are saying, okay, we don't need to have all this overhead. We've already seen that some people can work from home. We've already seen how some meetings can be done through Zoom and other means online, video conferencing. We don't need as much space, right? Let's be a little bit more conservative while we go through this recession. So I think you're going to see commercial office space take a big hit. I think warehousing is going to go up. I think medical is going to go up. But for office space specifically, I think you're going to see that shrink and it's going to take a hit. And what you're going to see is more people want to work from home than before. Because some people didn't want to work from home. But some people are like, you know, I don't really like kids around here when they don't have school because they just bother me the whole time. But when kids go back to school, I could definitely see myself working from home. I actually like this. And so you're going to have some employees and some people that either ask their job to keep working from home, or they're going to then look for jobs that allow them to work from home. And because there are benefits to it. And so I think when that happens, here's the effect it's going to have on real estate. Now you're going to have people that look to sell their houses and buy new homes that have what? That have home offices. And homes that not had home offices that were some of the home offices maybe that we were building in the last 2 months, 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, 5 years ago, but new home offices. You're going to start seeing ideas for new home offices, whether it be home offices with, you know, ability to have whiteboards in the room, or to draw on the walls, right? Whether it be home offices built for soundproofing, or home offices that are built for, you know, video conferencing, you know, different things like that. And so I think you're going to start to see a shift in how people build new homes with home offices, maybe bigger home offices, but they're not. Like I said, I think you're going to see a transition where people sell their home. Where you had a transition where people said, okay, we're going to buy a bigger home because we had a baby, right? Or we had a kid. I think you're going to see people start to say, okay, we need to buy a new home to get a better home office, right? Because think about this. If you have 2 people and both people are working from home, like, let's be honest, we don't have many houses right now that have 2 home offices. So you may start to see homes be built and developed that have 2 home offices. So check that out. Keep your eye out for that. And then last, I want to end it with meat shortages. So you may have heard in the news how some of the plants have been forced to go reopen, but they had a high propensity for the coronavirus, 300 cases, 100 cases in their plant. So what I want to say is you may or may not, depending on where you are, who your grocery store is, what state you're in, you may or may not start to see the effect of meat shortages in your area. So just be prepared for that, right? So I'm not saying like toilet paper, go out and buy enough meat for a year. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying pay attention, be proactive, and prepare yourself for a shortage of meat. So that's one idea. The second idea is those of you who started thinking about maybe moving towards you know it ain't me, because I can't even say it, a vegetarian type diet or a vegan type diet, hey, now might be the perfect time to do it. I'm just saying, sometimes we gotta read the signs on the wall. So those of you who have already started thinking about moving towards a vegan or vegetarian type of diet, this may be the time that you wanna do that, right? Me, I'ma still eat meat. I may just eat less of it. And we'll see what happens down the road, okay? So I hope this helps, guys. Love you guys. And again, as far as what we're seeing on real estate, we're pretty much any houses below 225, we're seeing those houses go if they're move-on ready and they look good. Those houses are flying off the market still. Just instead of 8 buyers, just about 2 or 3 buyers still going into multiple offers. And then what we're seeing is the lenders, where weeks ago they were getting more stricter. FHA needs to be a 680 credit score now. Now they're coming back down to 620. Now they're coming back with the 3% down, the 3.5% down, things like that. Still, the down payment assistance programs will come back now. So you're starting to see some things come back. So if you have any questions real estate related, please let me know. And then I am going to be putting out a video soon about selling your property. If any of you guys have overvalued assets, or you have properties that we, like I've been telling you, that pretty much you know you're going to want to sell within the next 3 to 5 years, highly recommend you selling it now. Get your equity out now before prices start to go down, so that then you can either have that as an emergency fund, a war chest, or you can then reinvest those funds with good opportunities that we're seeing now or good opportunities that we'll see a year from now. All right, hope this helps, guys. Thanks.